Howdy y'all, and welcome back to I Am Abled Because I Am is Able. Yes, I know it's summer and I'm wearing a Christmas sweater, but it's kind of chilly over here. I wanted to take some time to talk to you about something that I've been meaning to talk to you about for quite a while, and I finally have time without music blaring right next to me. So, here we go. A big question that I've been asked pretty much since my fall, and honestly I didn't even know the answer to until last summer, is what is the difference between OT and PT? Here we go. So I'm not a professional in this, so I don't have all the exact specifics for you, but I wanted to at least give you a rough idea that I learned about last summer. So what is the difference? So first of all, the letters stand for occupational therapy, OT, and physical therapy, PT. Sometimes there's also a word thrown around that's physiotherapy. Honestly, I don't know if there's actually a difference between physio and physical therapy because I've only actually heard that in television shows. I have not been privy to that terminology in my experience. So I will be addressing physical therapy versus occupational therapy and what the two are. So there are some things that are much more complicated and on the bigger spectrum of this, but in my experience, occupational therapy has been for things mostly in my upper body, although I did ask and they can do some things with your lower body, and it's anything that is for things that you need to do with your daily life tasks. So when you lose your hands, you can't do things like write. You can't do things like open doors. This was me. I could not open a door, couldn't hold or open a water bottle on my own, couldn't hold a fork very well. I had to kind of find a new way to hold it for probably the first year since my fall, after my fall. I had to relearn how to hold things. I had to train my hands to keep the grip longer than a few moments. And these are things that the occupational therapist worked with me on. In some cases, they also help you learn how to dress yourself again when you are really bad off. So that can involve the entire body. I don't know the exact specifics of what else they might do with your lower body, but pretty much it's for your everyday living, occupational life, and to make sure that you can have a productive life again. Physical therapy. The difference with them is they're more of a broad therapy. They work to make sure that you can walk again, to make sure that you can lift something again. They usually get to you when you're a little bit better off than occupational therapy would work with you on. Now, there is also occupational therapy that works with people who have disabilities like autism and several other things. Those are much more complicated than I'm aware of. So for those, I will direct you to others that are more in that field. But just for a more easy look at this, therapy at a glance. Occupational therapy is for the more complicated, more intricate stuff that will keep you from living your normal life if you can't get back to learning it. So occupational therapy will get you back to everyday living, brushing your teeth, washing your face, eating your food, dressing yourself, opening bottles, opening doors, things like that, occupational living. And physical therapy will get you more upright, mobile, able to walk again, run again, lift things again, more broad, more closer to recovery than occupational. So I hope that answers that a little bit for you. If you're really curious about this, I would look it up or ask somebody that is more in the field than I am. But this has been my experience over the year, and this is what my physical therapy versus my occupational therapy has helped me out with. Currently, I am still working on getting some of my grip back. I'm still doing occupational therapy exercises for that, but it is better than it was. I am able to open doors mostly by myself, although emergency fire doors are still a problem for me because they're really heavy, and some bathroom doors are a problem. So I always have my phone with me in a bathroom. Sorry, but I bring it in case I'm locked out. Technically. and I'm still, I'm able to right now, I write things now about 90% of the time. And yeah, so things are getting better. Definitely things are getting better. And I do not have an occupational therapist any longer. I only had an occupational therapist in home. I've had physical therapy, pretty much ever since about 2 months after my fall, somewhere around there. And they have worked with me to make sure that my balance is right, to get my neck muscles back so that I can actually use my arms again. And they still work with some of the exercises that I learned in occupational therapy. Coming up later, I plan to show you some videos about some of the exercises that I learned and some of the fun games that I learned that also helped me along in occupational therapy, because it might even be fun for you all. All right, so there you go. The difference, kind of, very broadly, between occupational and physical OT, PT therapy. I hope that answers some questions for you, and I hope that you're having an awesome day. And my question for you is, have you ever had occupational or physical therapy? Or have you had another kind like speech therapy, or I don't know, are there other kinds that you have gone through? And if so, what was your experience, and what was maybe one of your favorite exercises? Because in my experience, I've always had one thing that I loved and one exercise I absolutely could not stand. So there you go. There's my question of the day, and there's my kind of explanation of the day. What's going on? Ta-ta for now. Bye, y'all. Hope you have a good summer.